This is our Plumbing First Fix module. It allows you to quickly and accurately price up your work. We do have a whole programme that is dedicated to plumbing and heating, so if this module doesn't cover everything you are looking for, it may be worth checking out Easy Plumbing and Heating. That covers plumbing and heating estimating in much greater detail. I just need to enter the quantity of these items that I'm going to use in the cells here. And the hours for carrying out the fitting of each item are automatically worked out here when I enter the quantity. I can choose the type of material I want for each item here. Right, let's start putting in some numbers. I'm going to be using 44 linear metres of the copper pipework type 1. This is set as 15mm pipe. This is what I want, but you can change this or any of the materials by using the drop-down menu and selecting something else. I also have the option to put in another type of copper pipe here. Copper pipework type 2. 22mm pipe is selected, and I will need 11 linear metres, so I'll enter this here. As you can see, the hours for fitting this are worked out and shown here. All my copper pipework is now calculated. If you need a further type of copper pipe, you can easily enter a new line to allow for this. In fact, if any item that you want to use is not shown here, or you require more types, you can enter as many lines as you need. I'll now enter how many linear metres of plastic pipe I require. I do need 14 linear metres of the type 2 plastic pipe, which is 40mm. So I enter this here. Now I'll enter the clips for my pipe. For my copper 15mm, I will need 36 clips. 7 for the 22mm copper pipe, and 15 clips for my 40mm plastic pipe. I'm going to need 7 linear metres of soil stack, and 7 of the clips for this. I'll enter 2 for the air remittance valves. Now for the loft tank. As you can see, you can enter up to 3 different types. If you do require more, as I mentioned earlier, you can add further lines to allow for this. I'm going to need 2 of the type 1 loft tank and 1 of the type 2. On entering these numbers, the insulation for my tanks has automatically been worked out, and I can see this here. If you wanted to select a different insulation material, you can by looking at the drop-down menu and choosing the one you want. I'll put in 5 metres for my overflow pipe. And finally, I need to enter the quantities of any fittings. If I needed to allow for any plant, like a drill for example, I can enter the costs for it here. I will allow £45 for the material cost of my fittings, and I will need to allow more time for doing my fittings, so I'll put 4.5 or 4.5 hours here. The totals for my materials, hours, labour and overall total are shown here along the bottom. Pricing up my first fix has been straightforward and fast, and I now have accurate costings for me and my business and my client. As I mentioned at the start, we do a programme that is specifically designed for plumbing and heating estimating, so if you're pricing for toilets, bathrooms and so on, this would enable you to do this in much greater detail.